Hey guys, Gardo97 again, once again with some more new loot. This time from MSIA and some PlayStation 3 pickups. And always when I buy something from MSIA, first thing I check out is the pre-owned section, and this time they once again delivered. The Windam Neo Rono Custom. This thing is very hard to find, and they didn't just have it for retail price or a bit over retail price. This thing was like 50% off and cost me only a bit over 1,000 yen. Or, in short, this was essentially free. I mean, for that price, I had to pick it up, and I really can't wait to put it next to my daggers, because it's really looking... I've been looking for this for quite a while, and didn't feel like paying the outrageous prices this guy demanded on eBay. Now I finally got it. Also, nice reflection going on. Next up, another figurine I got. Surprise, surprise, Meyrin Hawk voice idol. Now, I already had this, but the base had this smudge mark on it. It was really difficult to remove, so I took out a product, I tried to remove it, but the problem was the smudge was very close to the text written on it, and unfortunately, the product also rubbed off part of the texture, and I don't think the camera's gonna pick it up, but oh yeah, as you can see here in the reflection, this is where the smudge was. So yeah, the base really didn't react that well to the product I used, and thankfully MSIA had this thing on back order and didn't expect it to get it this soon. I thought this was gonna be a couple of months, and then they would send me a message, hey, sorry dude, we couldn't order it, so tough luck. But apparently I did get it, brand spanking new. And well, I think I'm just gonna keep this one around and paint it in the black higher rank colors. I saw this one picture of Meyrin once, and it was supposedly like a teaser for the movie where Meyrin got a higher rank in a black staff uniform, and it looked really awesome. So really thinking about giving her that paint job, and then I'll just paint the base something like a gray or black to fit with the theme. And for now, I'll just be happy to get this. I don't think I had the box for this either, because it was just a display piece. And hey, I got this at a convention here, so there's always a chance it's a bootleg. I love conventions around here, because you know, you have like a 50% chance of anything that you're buying is a bootleg. Next up, are you hungry? I sure am. The Evangelion wafer number 2. I think this was for the 3.0 movie, or 3.3 if you're buying the DVD or Blu-ray or whatever number they're getting. And I really hope these wafers are the exact same ones as they used previously, because I remember getting one of these boxes a few years back. The cards were really nice and the wafers were bloody delicious. Come to think of it, I think we just found ourselves the next otaku snack video. Look forward to it, so I'll just open it up in that video. And then the final thing I got from MSIA is, well, sufficient to say, the thing I was looking forward to the most. The limited edition Mobile Suit Gundam side stories. And I am so looking forward to playing this, and opening this, and building this, and doing whatever I can to this. Oh man, this is gonna be a party. And look at all of the games they, well, supposedly remastered, because in all seriousness, from the trailers I've seen, this is just gonna be the story of all of these games, but with all the game mechanics of this game. Because when I looked at all of the, well, when I looked at the trailers of the games I played, the gameplay looked wildly different, especially the Blue Destiny side story, and that had some fantastic controls, especially for the Sega Saturn. The controls were absolutely spot on. But hey, all of these had some really nice stories, the ones I played at least, and I really wonder how the game mechanics are gonna be. Now let's see what we're getting. The metallic version, a CD, and ooh, I'm also getting the game. Fantastic. So this thing is definitely gonna get its own video for unboxing. And what would a PlayStation 3 game be without the PlayStation 3? Because yes, prior to buying this, I didn't have a PlayStation 3 yet. Now, however, Here it is. I didn't think I was gonna get it this soon, but it just had a price drop in one of the cheapest stores around. I guess you could call it our equivalent of Walmart. So this is the 12 gigabyte flash memory version without a hard drive, but of course I had to upgrade it. I had to upgrade it to 1 terabyte. So essentially, long story short, I got this thing here with 1 terabyte for significantly cheaper than the retail price of the 500 gigabyte one. So this was really nice. I didn't think I was going to get it this soon, but I kind of had this price, and I said to myself, you know, when they hit this price, the 12 gigabyte ones, flash memory, I'm gonna pick it up. Now there's also a longer version of the story for this, but I'll do that at the end of the video. Moving on with some of the other games I got for the PlayStation 3, because what's a PlayStation 3 without any games? And I was also kind of lucky because the store I usually buy my video games at had an action going on where if you buy two used games, you get all 2 of them for 20% off. And then I had another 40% off card for another used game. So starting off with one of the games I immediately got, Gundam Target in Sight. You know, it's really sad. This is a game I played the most on my PlayStation 3. And I wanted to like this game. I really tried. I kind of liked it in the beginning, but the more I played it, the more bugs I started to notice. First of all, the sound constantly glitches on my PlayStation 3. I don't know why, I don't know how, but it starts off sounding almost as if there's some kind of robotic filter going on. Really off-putting. And one time it just had a weird shriek, and I thought the television was going to blow up. Sometimes the sound just vanishes. The movement is absolutely bullshit. You try to boost to the left, you boost it right. You aim on something, you try to shoots half an hour later. You try to throw a grenade, and half an hour later you suddenly see the grenade being tossed out. And after you've been idle for an hour, well, the enemy can just shoot at you. Graphics, I don't have too much of a problem with them. And oh yeah, the one thing that really irritated me is that the left arm is absolutely, completely useless. Your right arm gets shot off, your gun or your bazooka gets mounted on your backpack, and your left arm cannot grab it. You can have a fully functional left arm, it can't do shit unless you're a goof, because, you know, you have the Gatling gun hands, or if you're the goof custom, you have the Gatling gun on your arm. But other than that, your left arm is going to be absolutely useless. It can't do anything. You can't grab your beam saber. You can't grab onto your gun. When your right arm gets shot off, you're done. Also, why the hell is this game so laggy? The graphics are bad. Well, the graphics are mediocre. At best, the AI is almost non-existent. You can stand right in front of a mobile suit, even at hard difficulty, and it won't really shoot at you. And then when it does shoot at you, you go boom. So why is this game so laggy? There's nothing in it that would warrant this being so laggy. The good news is, I also got a good Gundam game, but unfortunately, I ordered this online when I got my PlayStation 3, so that's the reason why I've been playing this game so much and why I've been trying to love it, because when I got the PlayStation 3, this was the only game I had, the only Gundam game. And I only got this yesterday, so I've been only be able to play it a bit, but this is already becoming one of my favorite Gundam games of all time. Mobile Suit Gundam Battlefield Record UC0081. And this kind of feels like the completed version of this, really, because this game, it's not a game, it's a beta or an alpha or something. This was a game that's still in development and they just put out there because the PlayStation 3 was released. Actually, it's coming to think of it, this was a launch title, so I have a very high suspicion that they literally just took the unfinished game, put it on there, and then continued to polish it for this game. Well, maybe not polishing it, but I'm almost positive that this is just an unfinished game they put out there for the launch of the PS3. This game, however, is completely finished, completely awesome, and anything else good you want to say about it. We have a really nice story going on there. The mobile suits pilot fantastically. Customization is wow. All I can say about this game is dual-wielding bazookas rocks. And we got some more great games. Another game why I really wanted my PlayStation 3 was Valkyria Chronicles. And I watched the anime and I really loved the anime. Really good story. Really nice animation, really nice everything, really. And then when I watched some YouTube videos of it, I saw a lot of people in the comments saying, nah, the anime, well, it's okay, but the game is so much better. The game rocks, but I don't really like the anime. So, once again, this was one of the first times I really hit myself in the head, because why did I pick up that Xbox 360 and not the PlayStation 3? And this was a game I've been wanting for a long, long time. Then, another great reason to pick up a PlayStation 3 is dun dun dun! Tales of Symphonia Chronicles. Now I haven't played this yet for a very good reason, because I'm not going to play this alone. I'm going to invite a buddy over and have a marathon playing this game. And he's going to bring over a buddy of his, so we're going to play a marathon of this game, which is really the way you should do it. And I don't think they've played the sequel yet, so I'm going to tell them that the sequel is even better than the original. Ain't I just a bastard? Because hey guys, if you love Tales of Symphonia, you're gonna love the sequel even more. I'll just have to try to keep a completely straight face while I'm saying that. That's gonna be pretty hard. And then a few other games I got. So, you know, they had the action going on, and they had Metal Gear Solid 4. And it was already pretty cheap, like, I don't know, 10 euros, and then you had 20% off. So, this was a great deal. Contains strong violence, and only 15 plus. Oh well. Next up. Well, I don't really think I have to say anything about Metal Gear Solid 4 other than it's Metal Gear Solid 4. Same thing about Tales of Symphonia. I don't really have a lot to say. It's Tales of Symphonia. I think you can fill in the blanks. Oh yeah, one thing I have to say is I did watch the opening and I had this weird feeling that I always loved the Tales of Symphonia opening song, but suddenly I felt like, and I always thought it would have been so much better that if they put the original song in the original game for the GameCube, but now when I watched this opening, I suddenly felt like, you know, maybe the orchestral one was better. It's like you can never please fans of a game. And then I also got Enslaved Odyssey to the West. I saw this one and I picked this up because I saw a video of Metal Jesus Rocks, and I think it was the Xbox 360 Hidden Gems video, and he mentioned this, and I saw this on the PlayStation 3, so I thought, you know what, let's pick it up. Looked pretty damn good. Looked really fun, so I thought, why not? It's 20% off. Next up, you know, who could have guessed I would pick up another mech game? Armored Core 4. And yeah, it looks like a really good game. The reviews gave it like, I think, a 7 out of 10, and usually those are I really like games like that, so... Oh, no, what's that? Never mind. So yeah, I think this is going to be a really great game. Looks like you do have some nice customization options. And what can go wrong with a game featuring mechs, customization, and sweet, sweet action? Now seriously, what could possibly go wrong with a giant mech game? It's not like you can really screw it up. I mean, how stupid do you have to be as a developer if you're gonna screw up a game with giant mechs, customization, and you have some sweet, sweet action going on? Seriously, you should just stop being a game developer then. The final game I got is Time and Eternity. This was a pretty expensive game, so I used my 40% off card on this one. I think it was still like 20. But this is a game, seems like people either hate it or love it for some odd reason. Like some people, I think, literally gave it 3 out of 10, saying it's a really boring game. Other people gave it like an 8 out of 10, saying it's a nice game if you're in the right mood. And I think I was one of those people who will be in this mood. It's like, they said it was like a very casual, laid-back kind of game. You just have to sit on your couch, be relaxed, and just have a... It's not like a very action-packed game or something. Like, I don't really know. I haven't played it yet. Well, I tried to play it, but there's also a fun story with this game. So I booted it up, and, you know, of course, you have to install it. So I had to wait for that to install it. And it was already late at night when I tried. I was getting really tired, and I thought, you know, it's a relaxing game, so I'll try it. Put it in, had to install. All right, time flies by. I finally get to play it. It boots up, and there's this really gorgeous song on the intro. So I got really mesmerized by the song, so I I kind of listened to the entire song. It was just that beautiful, really beautiful song on the intro screen. Listened to it all the way through because it was just this beautiful. And then I got into the game and it was just this super long cutscene. I was getting really tired, so I just had to turn off my PlayStation and go to bed. But I really wonder how this game is going to be because it features some really beautiful hand-drawn animation, and I think from what I've seen, I think I'm one of the people who's really going to enjoy this game, just very casual, relaxing after a hard day of work or something like that, just checking it out. And finally, a fun story about how I almost thought I was screwed over with this PlayStation 3, because I made it seem like I made this great deal. I planned it all out perfectly. I got the cheap PlayStation and then I got a hard drive and I got a better deal than I would have buying the retail version. Now, the real story is, like I already said, I have an Xbox 360 and also have a Wii. Now, those systems do not require you to install your games. The Xbox has an option to install the game, so I thought the PlayStation 3 was going to be the same. So I got this 12 gigabyte flash memory version. Mind you, it's 12 gigabytes, and at the time I bought it, I wasn't aware of the easy hard drive inputs. I thought that the hard drives were going to be quite expensive, so I didn't really take it into account. I thought I'm just going to get this, and 12 gigabytes is going to be plenty for saving games. I don't really need the online stuff and things like that. And then when I looked at the games, I'm not sure which one it was. Oh yeah. So I just looked at the game here. Suddenly I saw it requires 4 gigabytes to install. And I'm like, oh, I have a 12 gigabyte system, and literally like the 5 games I got would have filled up, were more than the memory on my system. So I'm like, I think I made a horrible deal. I made a horrible mistake. Because I kind of had this, not really panic, but I started thinking, I was kind of bummed out, like, oh man, I thought I made a great deal with this cheap PlayStation, and it turns out I would have been much better off buying the 500 megabyte one. But then I suddenly saw, then I checked online, let's see what we can do here. So first of all, I went to the game store and to the website of the game store, and I saw they had, that these versions required this extra bracket, and that thing alone was already going for 12 euros. So I'm like, oh shit, I made a horrible deal. And then I went online on eBay, which is always a good thing to do, and then I saw that the extra hard drives were actually pretty cheap, and all's well that ends well. So this is all for this new loot video. I'm gonna play some games. Well, actually, that's not true. I'm gonna build a metallic thing. Well, see you guys next time.